Hey, I'm Tron, and this is Word, the Bible in one chapter daily from beginning to end. Exodus 14 is the chapter where we have come to today, with 31 verses to fill it. God is leading His people to the Promised Land. His ways are not always the most direct, but there's a purpose. The Lord wants to show His might and how the children of Israel can trust in Him. The path is going southeast, by all appearances ensnaring the large mass of people at a dead end by the banks of the Red Sea. This catches the attention of the approaching Egyptian army with Pharaoh at the helm, in verse 9. The Egyptians chased after them with all the forces in Pharaoh's army, all his horses and chariots, his charioteers and his troops. The Egyptians caught up with the people of Israel as they were camped beside the shore near Pi-hahiroth, across from Baal-zephon. The traveling Hebrews see the approaching army afar and start to fear capture and doubt what the Lord has in store for them. Death appears imminent late in the day, and Moses seems much like a snake oil peddler leading them astray. Slavery is preferable to dying, and the mass of humanity can't keep their mouth shut. This is a time for action, and God looks out for those He loves. Moses tells them all to keep calm and carry on. The pillar of clouds moved to the rear of the Hebrew migrants, blocking the way for the Egyptians in pursuit, and turns to fire when darkness falls. Moses is told by God to raise his hands and staff in verse 21. Then Moses raised his hand over the sea, and the Lord opened up a path through the water with a strong east wind. The wind blew all that night, turning the seabed into dry land. God's people is free to travel through where the waters were just hours earlier, in verse 22. So the people of Israel walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground, with walls and water on each side. Once everyone has crossed over safely, something that likely took quite some time, it was morning when they started walking across, and nighttime when Pharaoh's army stubbornly follows behind the pillar of fire into the path between the waters in total confusion, which likely means it was the following night. The army seemingly fights every inch to get at the Israelites, but fails. At sunrise, Moses raises his hands again, and the waters rush back, drowning every one of the Egyptians. God's people is in awe, in verse 31. When the people of Israel saw the mighty power that the Lord had unleashed against the Egyptians, they were filled with awe before Him. They put their faith in the Lord and in His servant Moses. Moses will praise the Lord through song for taking out the threat that has dominated the Hebrew people for generations, leading them safely to the other side. But even here, following the high of surreal victory, comes the harshness of reality rushing in. Next time, in Exodus chapter 15. Until then, Word.